In this video, we're going to focus on how we can translate the month, the days, into German or in any other language based on the same principle. Let's start to look how to do this. So to do this, the first thing what we need is to get our boiler template, which you can find here on chartjs3.com. Getting started. Once you're on here, copy this chunk of code and you're good to go. Next, if you want to get the source code of this video and many others, check out my Patreon page, and of course join the Discord channel for any questions. So the first thing what we want to do here is, because we're going to work with the date adapter, or basically date and time, we need to get the date adapter, which you can find here on chartjs.org. Go to ecosystem. On here you will see this awesome sunglasses, the awesome chartjs page. Scroll down or click here on adapters. And you can see here the date adapters, and I'm just going to select the Date-fns. Once you're on here, scroll down, copy this chunk of code, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put that all in here. So save that, and then maybe if you look at this, you might say, well, we can put in this here and you will have it already in the German language. For some reason I cannot figure it out, it just doesn't work. So we're going to work our own way or find our alternative method. So the first thing what I want to do, because we're going to work with the date adapter, we need to convert these into dates. So that will be the most logical. Let's remove all of these and let's put in a few items here. Let's say that's the first one, and another one will be February. So we have 2 items. That will be more than enough. Let's save them, refresh. Right now this is still a string value with a category access, so it will not see it as a year. So let's go down here in the scales, say X, and then we have to make sure we put in curly braces, comma, and then we're going to convert this. We'll say first of all type, and the type will be the time object. Once we did that, we can now insert the time object in here, and then we're going to say here the unit will be equal to the month. Let's save that, refresh, there we are. So right now we have this, but I'm not satisfied with this, and the reason why is this will just give us the January. I want the short, or let's give it the full name, but also the German language. What I want to do as well is to make sure that the number formatting is in the German language. So locale, we need to work with that as well. I'm going to say here in the options, local, and just say here for the German language, which is DE. Alright, so then we have this all here. We need to now start working here. And then in here, we're going to work, or we can leave this one here, but we're going to work on the ticks. And for the ticks, what I want to do here for the X value is converting this into a full length text. So you can see here January instead of January or Jan. So we're going to use the German language in here. So we're going to say here ticks will be a callback. And within the callback here, I'm going to get the value, the index, and the tick value or ticks. So I'm going to just put in this here. Then I'm going to say constant, and we're just going to say the date. And the date will be what exactly? Will be a new date. But the date will be based on the value. This value here is basically this label here. So I'm just going to extract that one in there. Oh, not like that. I'm going to say here value. Put it in here because that is now the reference. So once we have this here, I need to return the international format that I want to assign it to. So I'm going to say return, say here new international with an I, capital I, international dot date time format. Once I did this, DE and then capital DE, and then in here we can now start to put in the items what we want. In this case, I would like to have a weekday. So I'm going to say here the weekday will be equal to long. So we have a long weekday like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the German language, specifically as we assigned it here. That's the language. So then we're going to say here for the year, I'll just make it very simple. This will be numeric. And once we have that, we have the month as well, and the month will give a nice long month, so you can see the full month structure. Once we did this, we can say here for the day as well, and the day will be a numeric value as well, which makes sense. Alright, so once we did this, I'm going to say here dot format the date, and we're going to format what exactly? The date constant value that we created a new date that is based on the value. If I save this, refresh, now you can see here the days Montag, January, and then here the year and the number. Alright, so you can see here this is Donnerstag, February, and that's in German as well. So February, the Thursday. Alright, so now what I want to do is, this is all nice, but look at this here. My ticks are not matched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same logic, or sorry, not the ticks, but for a tooltip. So I'm going to scroll, I guess we can go up here maybe. Well, maybe I'll just do it after this. Say plugins, tooltip, and then in here just put in the item as well. So what I'm going to do here is just the same logic. I'm going to copy almost everything here. Let's grab that, and then in the tooltip we're going to say callback. Then in the callback we're going to say here this will be the value, the index, and the ticks. Then in here, what I want to do here is the same thing. Let's do a console log on the value to see what we get here. Let's save that, refresh. Right now the tooltip, I guess, or we didn't return anything, so it just doesn't show anything yet. Callback, is that correct? Sorry, this is wrong. Pay attention, this is callback. For the tooltip, we say callbacks, plural. Save, refresh. There we are. We're getting an error, and the reason why is we didn't return any value, and that's why also the tooltip is not showing, and we get these errors. But if we go into here, we go into the tooltip, we see the details, we can start to see what I want to grab here. Well, in this case, what would I like to grab here? The value, and then I would like to see, let's see what we can grab more, the tooltip items. Well, let's do something here just to make sure we have something. So what I want to do here then is the following. I'm going to say here we have the callback. I don't want to even do this here. I just want to say, I guess we can just remove this one. I'm just getting ahead of myself, my apologies. This callback is built in here, and then what I can say here then is the title. The one I want to target eventually is, oh, let's save this first, refresh. You can see here we have the title and we have the label. I don't want to touch the label. I think the label's fine. Let's change the title. That is a thicker part where we have all the information. So let's start to work on that. So we say here title, and then for the title we're going to do almost a similar structure, but let's show you some of them. Index and ticks. Function arrow expression. There we are. So once we did this, what I want to do now is do a console log for the value. Just showing you what is the value. There we are. We're getting information, and you can see here we get the label, we get the parse data, which is the milliseconds. This is very important for us. We're going to grab this, convert this into the date, which we did basically here. Date and time converted, and that will work nicely. However, the path here is slightly different. Here down, if you really look at this, we could go down from value, and then we could easily grab everything. In this case, we're going from value index 0, and then we get here the x value or something like that. So to get this, we need to make sure we have index 0. So what I want to do now here then is let's start to work on this, and we're going to say here constant date, and the date will be new date value index 0. And that's basically what we want to do. But then I want to go more specific to x. So say dot x, or is it not dot x? It's parse dot x. Alright, so you're going to say here parse dot x. Once we did this, we can now start to work on creating the item. So everything else here is almost similar. I think we can just copy or paste the item that I just copied here, but remove the callback, and then we remove this excess data here, and I can remove, as you can see here, this is basically down. We had an instant. Here we have to go slightly deeper. So once we did this, we should have here the same structure. Let's see, refresh. Oh, there we are. 92, we're missing something. 92, there we are. You can see here I forgot a parentheses. Save, there we are. invalid time and value on 98. Alright, so let's see here what's going on. So we have this parsed, and then what I want to do here, let's see, we got the value, and there's a new international, that is correct, long numeric data, and format will be equal to this. So what is the issue here? What am I missing? Let's save this one more time. So after looking at it, my bad. So this is date. I have here data. I don't know how or why I got that. That should be date. And then we make here date as well. It should be also date. My bad. Refresh. Now we should see here. There we are. We get here Donnerstag, February 2024. And here Montag, January 2024. Beautiful. And that's it.